Hey, thanks for watching this video. My name is Fred. I wanted to bring this video to you guys just to let you know exactly what's going on and what my thought processes were behind the changes that I've wanted to make. I know you guys seen a lot of the things where I've changed my branding up a little bit. I'm kind of branching off on my own to give a more um, detailed experience to my clients to help them in a more in-depth way. Our main focus is credit repair. We've been doing it for 20 plus years, but coming in 2022, what I wanted to do is I wanted to change the game of the whole aspect of what credit repair is. And it all stems down to your finances and budgeting. So what we're doing, like I said, I branched off to kind of go on my own because I wanted to give that more in-depth option for my clients who want it, um, to really help them change their lifestyle and get them in a more positive position of using their credit, but also uh, having more knowledge of what's going on with their finances as far as their budgeting is concerned. The expenses and income that's coming in and the expenses that are going out. We want to help you understand exactly what that is and how people fall short and what that means to you. So coming in 2022, I know I'm a little bit early, but there's no time like the present to get started on working on your guys' goals. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to let you guys know the overall picture of what it is that we're doing, and then I wanted to go ahead and break down how it's different from actual credit repair and why it's going to benefit you more with this program that I'm now involved with. So before I even get started in regards to working on your credit, there's things that we have to address. And it all starts with one, your credit report, and two, a budget. Okay? Because you can't get one without having the other in place. So I wanted to go ahead and get you guys involved with what's going on. So that way you'll understand it. The more you're involved, the more hands-on you are, um, the more better off it's going to be because you should be able to learn it and grasp the things that I want to teach you. So why do you need both and why do we recommend both? Well, it comes down to timing. Timing is everything. Sometimes people are on a time crunch and they want more things to happen in a quicker manner. Sometimes these things can happen, sometimes they can't. Just like you didn't mess up your credit overnight, you're not going to fix it overnight. So, with that being said, let me go ahead and kind of break down exactly what it is that we're going to be doing and how we're going to go about this. So the first thing we want to do is we want to look at a picture of your credit. We want to see an overall picture of where your credit's at, what's on your credit report, to see how we can help benefit you. Now we know price comes into play. So there are certain things when you're involved in the credit repair program that you're required to do if you want to see changes happen. I make recommendations all the time. These things are followed probably 15% of the time, if that. And I'm high guessing this with my estimate. But what I want you guys to do and what I want you to understand is that any recommendation that I make, it's done with your end goal in mind. I understand that you want a higher score, but I also understand that you cannot get a higher score just by removing negatives. There's also other things you need to do, like building your credit profile properly. Okay, we need you to have open revolving accounts. We need you to have installment accounts. If possible, a mortgage is also going to help. So there's things that we want in place to help benefit you, because when we go over our consultation with you, we ask you, what is your goal? And based on what your goal is, it's to get better credit so you can help qualify you to get different types of loans or credit cards, things like that. Now, what does that mean? Where does this come into play? Well, the thing is, if you're going to only work on the negative information on the credit report and you're not going to follow our recommendations, credit repair simply isn't meant for you, because you'll never get to the scores that you need to help benefit you in the way that you want it to. Okay. A lot of times I have clients who have credit cards, but they maxed them out. In order to bring your scores up, you have to pay them down. You have to pay them down. I always recommend to keep it under 10%. The best utilization rate ratio that I've noticed is anywhere between 1 on the low side, 1% on the low side, and 7% on the high side. I say 10% because it's an easy number to gather. So, you take your credit limit, you take off that last number, and don't spend more than that. If you do, just make sure you pay down below that amount to get the balance below that 10% prior to them reporting to the credit report. Okay, so keep in mind your report date and your due date are usually a week or so apart. So if you're paying the full balance on the due date, just move it so that way it'll accept that payment to post to your account properly to report the proper balance. Okay. Another thing that we notice is student loans. And this is a very big topic because a lot of people don't understand the importance of what it means when we say that we want to help you consolidate your student loans. When we recommend that, again, is to help you with your goals. Okay. Our goal is to help you get there, but we also need you to help as well. Because I can lead a horse to water, I just can't make it drink. So in this particular case, if I'm recommending for you to do a student loan consolidation or do a rehabilitation on that student loan because you're in default and the loan's been sent off to collections, maybe you're getting a tax offset or wage garnishment, I'm trying to help you get into a position to increase your credit scores, to increase your probability. Let me say that slow. I want to help increase that for you because this is what your goal is. My goal is to help you get there. My goal is to give you the information that you need to get there. I'm going to give you the tools, but I just need you to do some of the work as well. Sometimes when we send out the dispute letters, a lot of times, I'd say probably 70% of the time, my clients, they don't send the information back. They don't upload it into the client portal. It's very imperative that you upload this information because I have to see exactly how they responded. Usually I'm asking for different items, key parts that report to the credit bureau. And if the information is wrong, but they verified it as correct, then I have some type of leverage to try to get the negative information removed from the credit report. But without receiving it, it's kind of like binding me, keeping my hands tied where I can't really do anything. I can say, well, I sent you this and this is all you sent back, but it's just still not matching. But there's nothing concrete there. I don't have any evidence that I can say, according to the letter that you sent back to me on November 19th, it states that the last payment was made on this date, but you're reporting on my credit report on this date, and I provided verification of both. You see what I'm saying? So I want to be able to provide that information so I can do the best job that I can do for you. But without you helping me, it kind of ties my hands. And I know you're paying for a service, but I can only do so much. It's kind of like your car. You pay for your car payment, right? But you still have to go outside of your car payment to get your insurance, to get your oil changed, to get new tires, tire rotation, different types of services, to get your car washed. There's more things that you have to do than just the thing that you're paying for. I'm going to remind you, I'm going to give you updates, but that's all I can do is I can give you the information that I need you to do. I'm going to always play my role. I'm going to play my part. I'm going to send out what I say I'm going to send out. I'm going to do what I say I want to do. But it comes down to you. So 2022, where I'm going with this is I'm going into a more VIP structure where the people are going to be that are in my program are going to be held up high with a very high standard because I want to help you reach your goals as quickly as possible. Now, I know it's not for everybody because the price is going to come into play. So if it's not for you, that's perfectly fine. We still will have you go with the other company as well. I haven't left that company. I'm still there. I'm just branching off to do something that's more intimate with the clients, as far as trying to really mesh everything as far as every aspect of their finances. We want to mesh it all together so that everything is in sync. You know exactly what's going on, exactly what's coming in, exactly what's going out, how much you have left over, because we need you to start saving. You know, many people don't even have $1,000 emergency fund. So, you know, if something happened to you tomorrow and you needed $1,000, you know, who has that? You know, it's probably less than 9 out of 10 people have it. So I say that not to get down on you, but just to let you know that it can be done with the proper structure in place. And that's what we're all missing, is the structure. I've been there. I've done this for a long time. I've been doing it for over 20 years. But until you know exactly what's coming in and exactly what's going out, you're never really going to know where you are. And a lot of times you'll overspend. Overspending leads to not being able to pay the bills. Not paying the bills leads to bad credit. So as you can see, it's a revolving revolution of bad decision after bad decision when it comes to finances. Now, if we flip that switch, what's going to happen is you're going to be able to know, okay, I got $1,800 coming in every paycheck, or say you got $2,000 coming in every month, right? Your rent is $800, car payment's $300, so that's $1,100. You have $900 left over. $900 has to pay for electricity, your cable, internet, cell phone, insurance, there's food, all these other things. So we need to understand, okay, how can I make this work? How can I make it work with just having a little bit extra and not spending the full $2,000 that I bring in every month? Okay. If you're short, you're going to know, okay, I'm this much short. What can I do to help bridge that gap, right? Let's say your bills come out to $2,200. You're only making $2,000, so you're $200 short. Every single month, you're $200 in the hole. That starts building up. After 6 months, after 5 months, you're $1,000 off. Okay, you're $1,000 in the hole. 10 months, you're $2,000 in the hole. After a year, you're $2,400. So how do you bridge the gap? You have to find a side hustle, become an affiliate somehow. We do have an affiliate program that you're welcome to join. You don't have to be a client. You could always send a client to us. If they get started, you get paid. Simple as that. My goal is just to help bring all of this stuff together. So if this is something that interests you, if you want to learn more information, I definitely want to get the information to you. It's just important that you understand what's at stake, what's at play. You know, my goal is just to help you reach your goal a whole lot faster. But I am going to need participation, because without the participation, you're not going to be able to work with me directly. You're going to have to go into the parent company, where the price is going to be cheaper. But, you know, I'm not saying that the parent company is doing less than what I'm doing as far as credit repair is concerned. But as far as finances, they're not going to touch that. Okay. As far as student loans, that's not going to be touched. As far as all the other things that are going to be in my program, it's going to be, you know, you either want to come with me or you're going to go with a cheaper program, with Approve My Score. By going with Approve My Score, you're still going to get the best service. You're still going to get all the information that we promise. You're going to get the monthly file reviews. You're going to get letters to the bureaus, letters to the furnishers, including original creditors. Also, we're going to go to the collection agencies. We're going to be filing the CFPB complaints. So there's a lot of things that you get that is not provided with other companies, but it's at a cheaper price. Okay, which could be a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing. Now, if you come with me in my program, where I'm branching off, I'm going to let Approve My Score do theirs. I'm going to be more on the VIP section, where I'm going to be going over budgeting. Okay. Now, amortization schedule is something that I really want to focus on as far as teaching, because I want you to understand exactly how that works. A lot of times people have student loans, mortgages, and they don't really understand how an amortization schedule works. I'm going to go over that information with you. When you're dealing with me directly, we will have time together where we're going to discuss your information. Okay. If you're coming over to me for the budgeting program, our budgeting program is going to be in place. It's going to focus nothing solely on your budgeting. Okay, so that's income and expenses. Okay, and it will be a 1 hour call per session, and where we're going to discuss everything. We want to go over all your budgeting. You know what your bills are, but we're going to need stuff from you. For instance, we're going to need a copy of your paycheck stubs for the past 2 months, because we want to get an average of what you're bringing home. We want a copy of all your bills for the past 2 months so we can get an average. All of this averaging is going to help us in what we're trying to do for you as far as putting a proper budget together. We don't like saying how much do you bring home per paycheck, and you say I bring home $1,000. Okay, that's not going to work. $1,000 means $25 an hour. We understand that, but you don't bring home all of that amount. There's money that comes out for taxes, insurance, things like that. If you're contributing to a 401k or a 457, things like that come into play. We want to help address that issue, get in front of it, so that way you understand exactly where you are, where you want to go, and how you're going to get there. Okay, so these are some of the things that we're going to be talking about. The amortization schedule, like I said, is very, very, very important. What it does, it breaks down how much of your payment goes towards your principal and how much of it goes towards your interest, and what interest cancellation is and how to go about doing that. And it's very easy to read when you read it on an amortization schedule. So I wanted to bring this video to you guys. I know I rambled on a little bit. I only wanted to make this for about a 5 or 10 minute video. I think I went over that, but it's for your benefit. I just want to help you guys get into the best possible position that I can help you with. And with that being said, if you think that you know somebody who may like the information that I'm giving, forward this information to them. Share the video with them. Send it to them via text. However you can get the information to them. If they end up getting started, tell them to let me know that you referred me. Refer them to me. If you're not a client and they say you referred me, I'm going to ask them for your information so that way I can contact you, get your information, and send you a check for the referral. Just a way to help give back to those who may need the ends to meet. Okay, so with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching the video, and you guys have a good day.